Come on, Volty. Ass jerky don't make itself.
Well, all my gamer friendulums, we are mid-August and we're finally getting some Fallout Season 2 news. News that I have been clamoring for, dying to hear about. Considering we're only about 3.5, 4 months away from Season 2, it's about time we finally learn some new information, which I'm very excited to share with you that just dropped earlier today. So before we get into all of that, if I could quickly ask you to give me a like and a subscribe, it really helps me out and it goes a long way.
You know your kind ain't welcome here.
And over here on IGN, they have an exclusive look at the new poster, even though it did drop on Bethesda's Twitter page like not long after, but the exact same poster you can now see on the actual Fallout Bethesda Studios Blue Sky page. Poster, here it is right in front of us, slated to premiere in December. Still no solid release date for what day that actually is in September. As featured in this new poster, Fallout Season 2 takes place in New Vegas. We see our returning heroes, Lucy the Ghoul Maximus and the Ghoul's companion Dogmeat on the outskirts of New Vegas. Social media posts from the set suggest fans will see the New Vegas Strip, which has already been confirmed. We've seen enough behind the scenes to actually see that, including iconic locales like Lucky 38, Casino, and Tops, as well as the roadside landmark Dinky the T-Rex, before and after the nuclear war. New Vegas was teased at the end of Fallout Season 1, where the power armor-clad overseer Hank McClane, played by Kyle MacLachlan. I always thought it was Kyle McClanahan, but now for the first time I'm actually looking at it, and it's McLaughlin, and I knew that.
And grabbed a moldy one.
But yes, we see it on the horizon. People were speculating constantly, and I'm like, I don't know why you're speculating. It's clearly New Vegas. If you've played the games, you know that structure, you know what that city looks like from afar, and that's obviously New Vegas. Fans could remember that the Fallout show takes place after the events of the games and is considered canon. Showrunners Graham Wagner and Geneva Robinson Doret said in the April 2024 interview that Season 2 is 15 years after the events in New Vegas. Not the show, New Vegas. So they're saying that the world of this is in canon with the New Vegas world, but not in the Fallout 3 or Fallout 4 world. Is that what they're saying? New Vegas took place in the Californian part of the country, so fans shouldn't expect a New Vegas to be exactly as it was in the game. As we really want the audience to know is that things have happened, so that there isn't an expectation that we pick the show up on Season 2 following one of the myriad canon endings that depend on your choices when you play the game, right? So that wouldn't work for a show. You can get different endings, different options to finish a game, so clearly, obviously, in a show, you can't do that way. So with that post-credit stuff, we really wanted to imply, guys, the world has progressed. And the idea that the wasteland stays as it is decade to decade is preposterous to us. Place of constant tragedy, events, and horrors, where a constant turn of trauma, we're definitely implying more has occurred. The showrunners have also confirmed that Robert House, aka Mr. House, is in Season 2. Robert House made a cameo during a pre-war sequence in Fallout Season 1. In the games, Mr. House's consciousness is plugged into a supercomputer, which has allowed him to exist for hundreds of years since the war. He rules New Vegas from his Lucky 38 casino. News of Mr. House's inclusion in Season 2 triggered fan debate over which Fallout New Vegas ending canon, since the TV series is also considered canon. In addition to Mr. House, fans can also expect to finally see Deathclaws in Fallout Season 2. Ella Purnell, Aaron Moulton, Kyle McClanahan, see, I even said it again, Moses Ayers, Zelia Mendez-Jones, Walton Goggins all reprise their roles in Season 2, where they will be joined by a new addition of the cast, including Macaulay Culkin, who plays a crazy genius type character, which is like the kind of character that you would, all of Fallout games, there's always like one specific character that always kind of stands out and is the wacky sci-fi guy that you have to actually do a mission or 2 or 5 or 12 with. To me, just sounds exactly like an NPC from any of the games. As we know, Fallout has already been confirmed for a Season 3. And they actually did announce all the way back in April of 2024, just after the show came out, that there's going to be a Season 2. And it's going to have Deathclaws in it. And I don't like Deathclaws. Every time I see a Deathclaw in the game, I just run away. And I don't normally do that. But those are the only creatures in any game that actually kind of scare me. very excitingly to hear that opening night live for Gamescom on Tuesday, August 19th, we're expected to have a season 2 presence. So does that mean a full-on trailer? That's exciting. That means Tuesday is going to be a long day for me at work. I'm going to be wanting to run home and do a video about it. So over on the official Fallout Blue Sky, like I mentioned before, they shared the news today, confirming that there will be a new look at the second season during the opening night live at Gamescom 2025, which is one of the big conferences for video games that happens all around the world. It happens in Germany, I believe, and then there's also DICE, which happens. It used to be E3, but they don't do that anymore, so now there's like Summer's Game Fest, and then there's also the Tokyo Game Show, TGS as they call it. So this is one of the big ones of the year. The news, like I said, was accompanied by a poster. Opening Night Live at Gamescom is hosted by the Game Awards and Summer Game Fest. Jeff Keighley, who basically hosts anything to do with games, and his Summer Game Fest is his replacement for E3 because they got rid of E3. Though I miss E3, it's way better than what he does. Still, in terms of it coming in December, we have no information, which is pretty clear to me that they're going to likely show the release date at the end of the trailer whenever we see it. Could it be a full 2.5 minute trailer I will be so excited to watch and break down? Very likely at the end of that trailer they'll show you the exact release date, December whatever. I don't know, I'm having a weird thought that they're going to drop it pretty close to Christmas time, or it could be mid-December, but I don't know. For some reason I'm thinking maybe they're going to intentionally release it around the time where people are going to be on holidays for Christmas. Totally see that happening.
Now that right there is the closest thing we've had to an honest exchange so far.
Taking another look at the poster, there really isn't a whole lot to glean from it when you look at it. Up close, the faces look kind of off. Like if you look closer, like Ella Purnell's face just looks like her face from season 1, shoddily photoshopped over her body. I mean, none of these pictures look like actual real pictures of the actors, just completely created in Photoshop or whatever. The fact that they're all together is wondering, is that what's going to happen in the show? Because at the end of the season 1, Lucy and the Ghoul started heading towards New Vegas. Maximus just pulled another asshole move after we were just starting to get to like him, and then he ends up taking responsibility for a murder that the Ghoul did. Outright say that he did it, but his friend just picked up his hand and raised it and said that he did it, and he just didn't deny it. It was just another one of those things that will always made it hard to like Maximus the most. You liked him, then you didn't like him, then you liked him, and you didn't like him, and the actor himself, I actually really liked as an actor. Just when you really get to the point of liking him, he does that, and then you're like, all right, well, you're kind of a dick for doing that.
I'm using you as bait.
Really, the poster doesn't really show a whole lot. Other than the fact that we see all the mains together. Does that mean that they will be all together in the show? Probably not right away. It's also interesting that they're walking away from New Vegas, so they're not going towards New Vegas. There isn't a whole lot more going back. When you look at behind them, you just see the city. You just see that iconic tower that always sticks up, like you can always see in the games from like anywhere you can see the town from afar. New Vegas, you'll always see that structure sticking up. The Lucky 38 structure, I think that's what it is. But why are they walking away from New Vegas? There are some electrical wiring in the background, some electrical towers. That's what it looks like from this angle up close. In the background, we don't see anything. I mean, it almost kind of wishes maybe they would have added the shadow of like a monster. Like if they're going to put death claws in the show, why not have like a little tiny shadow like in the background? That's actually what I thought these electrical towers were at first, like some type of creature or something. But no, they're just electrical towers that are not doing too well, have seen better days, heading towards the city of New Vegas as these are leaving. So where would they be going? Where else would they be going if they are not going to be in New Vegas the entire show? Or are they going to be like the games where they get to New Vegas and then they talk to Robert House or someone and then they have to leave again and, go on some type of quest/mission just like you would in the games? That could totally be something that happens.
Where's my fucking family?
But over on the Fallout Bethesda page, it does have a little blurb above the poster where it says, time for a little road trip. Season 2 is coming, but first, a quick pit stop at Gamescom. #opening night live on Tuesday. Bring a stim pack. Fallout on Prime. Fallout is produced by Kilter Films with executive producers Jonathan Nolan, Lisa Joy, and Athena Wickham. Todd Howard, Bethesda Game Studios, executive producers along with James Allman for Bethesda Softworks. At next week's Gamescom, we can expect to see some Fallout Season 2 presents at opening night live. Presents I am assuming will be straight up a trailer, but will we see Jonathan Nolan and or Todd, will they walk out on stage and say, hey, here's our new trailer? Or it'll just be like, hey, here's a new trailer. No one's going to tell you. It's just going to be like, boom. But considering that there has been that rumor that I put in the video from last week about there being a big Fallout 76 for content and content that will be connected to the show, that is 100% speculation. But considering that a developer told Paris Lilly that in December they're dropping the biggest Fallout 76 update ever, it's pretty clear they're going to have it connected to the show in some way. Does that mean that Todd Howard's going to come out, or does that mean at Gamescom one of the Fallout 76 devs are going to come out first, or are they going to come out after the show reveal and say, hey, since the season 2 is coming out, here's a bunch of new skins, the latest season of the games, because they actually have seasons. So there we have something to look forward to in just on a couple days. This coming Tuesday, August 19th, Gamescom, which is in itself is just exciting because Gamescom is going to have lots of new reveals and trailers for games and announcements. So that's always exciting. But now I am, more than anything else, very excited to see what they're going to release for season 2. Pretty obviously it's going to be a trailer. Will it be a full 2.5 minute? I don't know. I can't wait to find out. But until then, all my gamer friends, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to keep